All right, welcome to the Anarchy Trading podcast live stream. Been doing the podcast too long. Anyways, sorry we're so late. Had some friends over visiting from the States, and so we got a bit delayed in our start today. If you looked at the markets, you would have seen that our trade yesterday, if we just held it, would have gone for like 30 to 1 or something. Price went crazy yesterday with all of the news, and the Dow and DAX just absolutely flew. But again, trading is not about one day, it's about the journey. So let's take a look at what we've got going on here. We did make 0.8% yesterday, which was nice. So let's get this. So I don't know, why am I locked? Where's my aspect? What's going on here? There we go. Okay. So market's been open about half hour. We're gonna start at the top, draw some quick lines, see if we can get any trading in. It is Friday, so trading could be a little erratic. So again, especially after some big moves, I would be expecting some pullbacks. Doesn't look like things have moved crazy, so let's just wait and see what's happening here. Just such big moves yesterday. Like, we're gonna have to figure out where we put our lines. I'm not gonna talk through much because it's a bit late. Market's already open, so I'm just gonna put lines in where I normally would. Have to draw all new lines because price went way past what I thought it would, honestly, yesterday. It just flew. I think that candle's like, I measured it earlier, 600 pips or something. So absolutely insane. Um, let's see what we've got on the hourly though. So definitely, if we break this, maybe we can go back for a go for it. So we're definitely way oversold on the hourly. So if we drop that, maybe we go short or something. Anyway, let's see what this looks like. Looks like we're kind of in the middle right now. Mm, Drop down to the 5 minute. Definitely had some nice moves. Let's see, where's market open? Market open was right here. So we're just ranging right now, right? There's not much to do. So this is, to me, we've come down here multiple times, haven't been able to break it. So we're going to put that as support. If we want to go long, yeah, this wick, this wick, this wick, maybe somewhere here. We could go long if it goes above that. So right now, not doing anything yet. So let's quick go over to DAX. I think it also flew like crazy. It did. High of day. Red on DAX, I'm moving a little different than Dow. Big hourly area. Then perhaps probably like somewhere where we have a few bounces here. Price isn't really near either of those though. So just ranging here. So some big moves pre-market, but since market open, yeah, just ranging. So go above here, fine. If we go below here, possibly go short. Just second emails here. Good. All right, let's get this side by side with Dow.
Hey guys. Just thanks again for paying for the taxes. So I didn't realize that. I didn't think ahead. Should have been more prepared. Anyway, it's fun hanging out with you guys. See you later.
Okay, so what do we have here? Real DAX really ranging after a huge move yesterday. Yeah, I mean, serious uptrend there. Big moves. Dow trying to break down a bit. Problem with DAX, if it breaks down, we've got all this consolidation in this area. Still could, because we kind of broke through bounds. Maybe we come back down. Let's see, though. I do like DAX for a bit of a pullback. Let's look at these both on the 15-minute. Need to refresh it. All right, so yeah, definitely kind of a area here. Dow has been falling, so we could see a bounce or we could see a pull down to here, or farther, honestly, like we've just went up so high. So let's see where this closes here. If we can get a close below the screen line, maybe retest, maybe we can try to come down low of day, or if we really get moving, we pull back farther because we are um, definitely overbought. Like if we just look at this, like check out this humongous move. So I would anticipate maybe we come back a little bit. I mean, look where the 200 is. So, if we left our trade running, should we have? Maybe, but again, trading is not all about just one day or whatever. So I'm not too concerned, but I probably should have left a little something running yesterday instead of closing out when we did. But 0.8% for the day, we can't complain. Like for me, trading is not, I don't swing trade. It's not about those big trades. It's about being consistent day after day, week after week, month after month. So far, this is what, 6 week in a row of being of making money, right? Profitability. So that's great. Let's see what happens here. Maybe we can get the 9 to at least get closer down to the 200. 200 tends to be a bit of a magnet for price. But again, right now we're just barcoding. So I don't want to lose money today. I mean, we're going to be careful. Like if we do trade here, we're going to wait for it come down, close, retest, come down with momentum, then maybe we enter. But right now, like this is all consolidation. We're not going to trade in here at all. The price has just been barcoding. If you look at it on the one there on my MetaTrader, you'll see it just back and forth, back and forth. Like, I mean, there's some people that would trade here. Like maybe you go long here, just take it up to here, like just for 5, 10 pips. Like there's definitely people that would trade that. But not for me, especially we went big up, but now we've been coming down. Now we're consolidating. I would anticipate it to keep going down. So if anything, I'd be more interested in shorting it up here than I would be going along here, even though it has bounced here a bunch. Like we got a lot of wicks. Same is true for DAX. So we're gonna have this 15-minute candle close here. DAX looks like it could be went up, kind of a double top drop off. Now, is this just a bit of retracement? We're going to keep going long, or are we going to reject off here and keep pushing down? If we look at the DAX, we're way above the 200 as well, so we're kind of in the same boat. Not even going to try to predict which way this is going to go. DAX looks like we're trying to break out long. Let's see where this candle closes in the next 2 minutes. We can close above here, retest, then maybe we can go for a long for higher the higher day. Something like that. And honestly, with some momentum, we could see that maybe go higher up to the hourly up here. Same with Dow. If it breaks this, perhaps we go long. We could aim for higher day. Stop loss. You could put it all the way down here, middle of candle, probably somewhere right there. If it breaks above here, retest and then go, obviously. So 1 minute left. DAX trying to push. Only thing kind of standing in the way is it just going to go up and fill this wick. Maybe. That's why, as I said, I'm not going to get in now. I need to see it come up, come down, retest, and then go get in. And if we miss it, we miss it, right? Like we've had some good moves this week. There's no point rushing in, losing money today. So pushing, really pushing the last 3 minutes. So we're pushing up equal highs. We broke those for that previous high. Okay, so now we're flying. So now let's see. Like we needed that. We've got some momentum now, especially on the 15-minute. We're going to see that now closing up above here. Same thing here. Can we close it close to above? New candle breaking down. Now let's see. I'd like to see it come a bit deeper. Come down here. So we're getting a bit. I'm in. Got the retest, a bit of retest. Should I have waited for a deeper retest? Possibly. Maybe got a bit overly excited. Probably wasn't patient enough. Got too excited seeing that pop green. I've been seeing things too bullish today recently. Dow trying to push, but are we going to reject up here? Let's find out. As I said, I entered a little too early. I should have waited. That green candle flip coming down and then flipping green got me too excited. But let's see. I did enter. There we go. Popping green. Going back down red. We would anticipate this. As I said, I entered a little early. I entered in on the impulse, but honestly, if we can get a pullback, then starting push, maybe we enter in with this. With it, we enter in. So we get that confirmation. We enter in again. So let's see. It's another lot or another couple lots, whatever right now. All right, let's see if we can come down and get a proper retest now. I do like where my stop is. We got a big one. It came down a little bit. Probably not enough. I should have waited. If it didn't pull back here, I should have just, let it go. But right now, we'll probably get the pullback now that I told you about. Not surprised by this at all, and honestly, not too worried about it either. So let's just wait and see. I'd like to see it actually break down a bit more. Give us a swing, then start going up. Then we could enter in again, move our stop loss up, enter in with essentially 4 lots, but still only 0.5 R because this is a wide stop. I mean, this is a big candle, big move. So putting it down here, like we've got to have a bit of a move. So let's see what happens here. Probably a little premature though. A little premature. Here we're coming down for a proper retest. Let's see what happens with Dow though. Dow now is looking like it wants to push all the way down. Had a little bit of a gap down. This is a proper retest now on DAX. This is what I'd love to see. So now let's see if we can start to push up. If so, I'm going to go in with another size and then move my stop loss up. So I'm still only risking 0.5 R. Or I mean 0.5%. But now we'd like to see a slowdown on the one. Right now, definitely not. Let's see though, because yeah, I could have poked up. Now we shoot all the way down. But let's see now. Still like how it is looking. So let's see if we can now slow down, maybe drop down a little bit, test the 9, and then flip around and start going up. Dow we're not touching. It's definitely in the consolidation box. Been consolidating hard. Okay. So we're getting a bit of a flip here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more confirmation. I'd like to see another candle either shoot up. But if so, maybe we go in with another lot. So let's just wait and see. Because this is looking good, honestly, for a potential bounce. Went down, created a wick, but now we're coming down again. So can we reject again? Start heading back up. Again, we may have to come down. Oh, there we go. It's rejecting back up. Let's wait. So this is looking good, but we want to see some momentum now. We've had two come down, so we have these two candles. I want to see some momentum going up. There we go. We're in another one. That means 24, 24. Okay. We can move this one to 20. Let's move this one to, give ourselves a little room, 27. And this one to 23. 27 plus 23 should be 50, right? But I'm just going to just whatever happens here. I think these equal good numbers. 26, 21. Sure. So should be maybe a bit lower. Went up nicely, but let's see now if we can start actually making some progress up. That was a much better entry. That's where my first entry should have been. There we go. Now we're starting to push up. Let's see if we can keep going. So now by going in long, waiting for that swing down, I'd entered in the one pulse, but now we're essentially in the optimal entry. I have a good stop loss below the swing low, good lot size. So now we can essentially aim for the high of day and actually get a decent RR. So let's see what happens. So gapping down a bit on the open, but on this 1 minute, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see if we broke the high. Let's see if we can continue to push out of here. It was a good entry and looks good. Like I like the trade, especially when we entered the second time where we should have properly in the first place. So now we have some momentum. Let's see if we can get some momentum out of here. If not, we'll reverse down. It's gonna create a big wick, big candle, and then we're gonna push down into this consolidated box. But from the looks of Dow and everything, I don't think we're going to, but we could. So let's see what happens. So it came down a little wick. Now we're pushing up. Let's see if we can continue push out here. 10 seconds left on this candle. So if we can close above this wick, just close above, honestly, these two, that would be great. Close up here, of course, would be better. So decent close. Pull back half of that candle. So we would anticipate pull back to here. Our stop is down here. So let's see if we can pull back half of this candle and then continue to push up. Stop loss may be a bit tight. My stop's probably right there. So we're essentially got a double top situation going on here. 28 plus 21. Yeah. All right, so pushing. Now let's see, can we reject? Rejecting. Now let's see. Really need to reject here. And continue green. So far, still pushing down. Let's see if we get saved by this red box here or the 9, or if we're just going to break through. Right now, I got to admit, it looks like we're going to break through. So we could have said maybe we should have left our stop down here. There's a lot of momentum. Let's see though. 9 may save it. Still pushing down though. I don't regret the second entry. First entry was a little premature. Don't regret the trade though. But that double top is ugly. Equal highs here. So if this doesn't swing around now, we're going to push down. If so, then we're going to have to wait, perhaps wait for a short somewhere down here or go on short on the Dow. But right now, yeah, oof. All right, $59 got slipped out of there a little bit. Big red candle. Not much we can do there. Gonna mark the other one. Button right there. Let's see if we just got wigged out. Honestly, if we did, it's going to be tempting to want to get back in, right? And that's probably because I sort of left my stop loss down here and just stayed in with the one set that I had instead of entering in twice and hoping with this tight stop loss we could go farther. Like, honestly, that was probably me pushing it, right? But I don't like the double top on the one. Still such a range on Dow. Look at this, just ranging back and forth. But sometimes it's at some point it's going to have to break it, right? And when it does, it'll probably start moving. So we want to be ready for that move. It's tempting to want to go short right now, but it's in the consolidation. It would be stupid because the chance of it going back up very high. Let's just wait and see what price does. Stop loss should have been at least half of that candle, right? But it's not. We're still come breaking down. Could have been a fake out, so we could see it come back up here, retest, and then go down short. Not too perturbed about that trade, though. I'm happy about it. Let's see what happens here. We're going to continue to push down. It's tempting to hop in here. I feel like this is a bit of a fake out. Now it could drop. Could also just go up, right? So that's tempting. But I think we'd just be gambling. Let's wait and see. If it breaks below, there's plenty of time for us to catch it after that. So it definitely would have hit our initial stop loss too, so that's okay. Dow starting to break. See if we can break through. If so, we may take an impulse, honestly. I don't mind taking an impulse on this if we can get a breakthrough here. But break and then just come and sucking back up, like we want to be careful. And again, for DAX, we have the 200 here, right here. So if we can get a break below 200, retest, then maybe we start going short. Dow continuing to just test, to just range. Down, breaking down. Yeah, I want to enter in an impulse, but that's because I'm afraid of like missing out on a move. We need to wait. So let's see what happens here. Next candle, if we can close, come up retest. Maybe we put our stop loss up here. Go for low of day, something like that, right? You want to be careful. We have a lot of wicks here. Let's see if we can get close in a retest. Same for DAX. We'll see which one we like better. Big break. Let's just keep an eye on him. Test of half of this candle. Let's be patient. Kind of our entry point, and it may just go without us, which if it does, it's going to be so irritating. Make the whole move there without us. Wow. All right, big moves. So let's see what happens. Can we get a pullback to the 200 and then a rejection on DAX? If so, put our candle line there or something. We have closed below. Let's see if we just open ignited. Coming back up on Dow. Coming up on DAX. All right, this is getting a nice retest. That's a big retest. So let's see what we kind of if we get a rejection. That's the retest we wanted to see on both. So now it's going to come down to do we like what how if we get rejection? Otherwise, we're just back up into this zone. Kind of what happened up here. If we get faked out both ways now, fake this out here. Now it's going to push up. Could go long here. But again, we're right on this thing. We don't really want to go long on the 9. And we need to see how we reject here. Could also create a nice spot to put our stop loss if we keep going short. So let's see. Right now we're rejecting, especially on DAX. But we need to say this change color. I'm not going to sell a green candle. So we want to at least make sure that we confirm that we had a all right, we're short. Let's try this one more time. Stop loss above the 9s, stop loss right there. And I am targeting down here. perfect entry. So again, like if we lose this trade, it's okay. We lost on a good trade. So I'm not freaked out about that. We had this up here. That's not where we got to. Big candle right above it. So yeah, essentially right there. And as I said, I'm aiming. I'd like to see it pull down. Same here. I think right there. So let's see. Nice rejection on Dow as well. Could go in there with that one. But I'm in on DAX. I don't like this big line here on Dow. And so personally, I'm hoping that DAX has a bit more like over here. I'm hoping DAX has a bit more of a room to run. But that's it. You can monitor my trade because if I lose it, I'm done for the day because I'm down 1%. And if I win it, I'm also done for the day because it's going to be late. So let's see. Don't like these equal bottoms. But we have a stop loss in a good place right above the 9. We have the 200 now above us, which we did reject and come down. So let's continue to watch and monitor. I do need to break this though. Otherwise, we're just going to suck back up into this consolidation. Then maybe we push down. But right now, that momentum we had going down is being lost a little bit. So let's see. All right, currently in profit, currently dropping. Could move your stop loss to right here if you wanted to reduce your risk a little bit, but I'm not going to. As I said, I'm in this for a bigger move. I want to see it come down all the way to here. There's definitely room for it. Yeah, I'd love to see it go down there. So if I make this a bigger bit wider, it should show up 15. There you go. So let's see what we can do here. All right, well, I mean, short stream today, lost one trade. We're definitely up for the week anyway, so let's go. So, anyways, Right now, it looks like we have someone viewing. Do we have someone viewing? If so, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm not really used to people viewing here because honestly, it's the middle of the night for most people in America who listen to the podcast. But if you're watching, welcome. We're currently in this short on DAX, which we had this nice rejection off the 200, so hence why I'm in it. We'll see if it actually plays out, or right now we're kind of showing a bounce on the Dow, which would make sense because it's bouncing off this kind of support. But DAX does not have that until we get down to like here. So we're going to see if we can ride it down. Kind of consolidating. DAX trying to break down, but really not being able to. Building a bit of a base here, but I still like how it looks. We had this nice rejection. We have the 9 about to cross the 200. This nice spot for it to bounce down to. So let's wait and see. Dow's still showing like maybe it's going to start heading down as well. So let's we're holding cautiously optimistic. US 30 going up for a retest again of where it broke out. Let's see if it gets rejected up here or if it just goes back up, which bouncing here very well could. With Dow, with DAX, I'm hoping that maybe we come up a little bit. I'd actually like to see it come up here a little bit and then reject off. That would be really good. Maybe give it a little bit more momentum for continuing downwards since this was a big move. So it looks like we're getting rejected a second time on DAX here. If so, I would love to be able to move my stop loss to here or something, or even here. If we could come up, reject the 200, put stop loss here, have it fall down, enter in on another, and again, try to get a bit of a bigger move. But right now, I'd like to see it come up a bit more. So again, currently we're up here. Honestly, up there. So we're giving it some room. Honestly, maybe a bit too much room. Well, let's see what happens. Let's check the 15. Again, retesting half of that candle. That makes sense. Hasn't come up. Test half of that candle. Why is it not showing up? I don't know why it's not showing up here. There we go. And there we see, pushing down. If I can see Dow really push off of this down with momentum, I might get in a short, move my stop loss to break even on one of them. Just because I like how Dow looks. I like this deeper retracement. Yes, we have this green here, but Dow came up. But again, I would have liked to see it. It's got all these wicks as well. So who knows? Let's wait and see. Again, I don't normally enter into one trade unless I'm going to move one to break even, right? If I move one to break even, so at least I'm not risking, but I'm not going to have double exposure at one time on both of them. So let's wait and see. We got about 20 seconds left. Let's see where this candle closes. Can we close below here? Or are we going to close above? So if we can close below here, we can probably keep pushing. If we close up here, again, we're getting a little, so I'd like to see, especially also where did we close here on the Dow? We need a tight stop loss because we'd be only aiming for low of day. So we'd be aiming for, somewhere here. All right, so I'm short on both, but I thought Dow had been now swinging up. So if I go to one at $50, I'm going to have to close manually. I like how they both look, but I can't really put my stop loss at $25 on each of them. So I'm just going to have to close it manually if we hit $50. Could move my stop loss on this one. Okay, I'm going to move my stop loss to 25 bucks on DAX just to keep me from going crazy there because that's plenty high. Dow, I'm going to have to just manually monitor it here. Because again, I could expect price coming up to here. Probably stupid to go into both, but let's see. All right, so now we're at $50 risk for both of them. Now let's see if we can fall down. Keep it going. I like how they both look. DAX continuing to push down. Let's see if we can get Dow to follow. Big gap up. Yeah, we may lose both of these. If so, it's okay. It's okay. I think we're down for the day. It was a good trade. Probably should have had a wider stop loss, obviously. DAX came out, retested, rejected. I'm moving my stop loss to break even on DAX. So if it does, and now I can move my risk on this one to where it should be. So we're on both of these. Should we be? Probably not. But let's see what happens. Got knocked out of DAX. See what happens on Dow. So we manage our risk well, so at least we're not losing a bunch. We're only risking 0.5% on both trades at the same time. But when we did that, did we compromise some of our stop losses? Yeah, we got out of it fine, but probably not the best. So beautiful rejection now on Dow. Let's see if we can push. DAX probably should have stayed in. I just didn't like my wide stop loss, which again was probably me being greedy, right? Like I was hoping for a bigger move, like a smaller move to be able to hit my TP sooner. And this one now we got break through here, but I did like the rejection. We are moving down, so I don't know. Probably not my most stellar trading ever. Again, you don't have to be a great trader, fortunately. You don't have to be right all the time. Yeah, we're up we'll be up this week, what? 0.8, 2, 3, like 3% or something. So still a good week. Ten seconds left on this candle. Let's see what happens. See where we close. Can we close below this? So close. Where are we going to go? We're going to open. So opening red. Let's see. Half of this candle maybe. And then push down. Let's see if we can just keep it going. That would be great. Bit of wide spread right now. 2.2 on Dow. Price action, not great, but I do like this. I like this rejection over here, which is why we entered once we have the rejection here. We have the 9 coming down. We do have the 200 way below here. So let's continue to see if we can push and hold throughout here. So Dow, let's see. This was a beautiful rejection candle. Retest, engulfing red. Let's see if we can now continue to push down or if we're going to come back up. But again, I like how it looks. It's a good trade. As I said, I reject what I don't like is how I entered into both trades simultaneously, meaning I had put my stop loss in bad places, like I should have stayed in one or the other. I mean, I guess I kind of decided to stay in one and not the other when I moved my stop loss to break even on it. But I risked, if both shot halfway, like that was risky, right? Like, so yeah, mental note, don't do that. All right, let's see what happened with Dow now. What we need to happen now is it needs to break these lows here, right? But then we'd also be expected to be bouncing here, so we need to be careful, meaning I am going to move my stop loss to break even. If we come down into this box, my stop loss will be going to break even because it'll be above that candle. And if we're down here, it could bounce on us. So we'll also be needing to consider, do we take profits? But we're possibly getting ahead of ourselves, but we are driving down this way. So over the next couple minutes, let's see where we close. Again, would love to see us close below the red line here, if not at least below here. So now, right now, let's see. Can't decide. Pushing down. Kind of there's bottom here, so it's going to take some momentum to get going, but we are in a downtrend a little bit. When I say downtrend, short term, right? Just since 130. But we need to retrace. Like we're just way like we just look how we just now, because we need to retrace doesn't mean we will, right? Like again, I do want you to be cognizant that like this is kind of a counter trade. But I do expect that we need to cool off a bit, and we've seen some big drops, so I think we need to cool off a bit, which is why I'm in this trade. But I'm definitely not married to it, and as I said, it's probably going to go bullish at some point today, especially New York open. But let's see if we can scalp it for a bit in the meantime. Let's see where we close in the next 42 seconds. If we suck up and we're green here, but no, pushing down. Let's see if we can continue to push down. If we can close below this red line, preferably close in this green box, maybe that's enough to help us to keep driving down. But right now we're rejecting that red line. Coming up, let's see again where we close. So we didn't close below, but let's see. Are we going to bounce? If so, we could move to break even because we could shoot up or we come up and retest. So let's see what happens now. Opening green. Yeah, I don't like that at all. In 15-minute candle. Let's go look at it at the fifth on the 15. So I'm monitoring it, but if we enter, like, I did not like that candle at all. Let's see now if we can reverse and go red, that would be great. But if we keep going, if we did go up, we got the 9 up there. Let's see if we can reject the 9. Now that might have been all we needed to now maybe get enough momentum to push down, or it could just be building up for going up bullish as well. So, so my stop loss is now right there. Down, Dax is keep pushing. See again, could have stayed in that, but again, it just hasn't gone very far yet. Like we have such a tight stop loss. We got to get down to here before we even hit 1R because it was just I probably placed it too wide because of this big candle. But that big candle kind of forced me to because there wasn't really a good place to put it unless we put it right there. So Dax tried to go back up, but let's wait and see because if Dax is breaking down, maybe we can get Dow to break down as well. Dow's tried to come up here multiple times, but we do have the 9 here. And this green box. Like our stop isn't until you get up here. So we've been rejecting right here multiple times. Hello. Big push up. I'm just live streaming. About a minute 40 left. Let's see if we can reject this 9 and keep pushing down now. I'm live streaming on the internet. Love you, buddy. Yeah, Dax continues trying to push down. So the question to me is, can Dow follow suit? We don't need it to move far to at least hit 1R. Like the original target, so probably somewhere right there. But let's see. Where do we need it to move it to get 1R? Somewhere right there. Like not that far below. So I still think we're gonna go low of day. We did reject the 9 here, so let's see where we close. If we close below the 9, we could continue to push on down out of here. If we close above the 9, then maybe we close up there. And especially if we could flip this red, and we close down by this red line, like that would be beautiful. DAX, we did call that perfectly. Stupid to possibly move to break even, right? Like that's probably unwise of us. But 20 seconds to left. Let's see. We did say if we can get this closed below the red line, at least below the 9, we are in good shape. On the 1, though, could we pull back? And now we're going to close above here. Let's see. 12 seconds left. Let's see where they close it. A nice rejection. A nice rejection. 4 seconds left. Very nice rejection. Okay. Okay, that's beautiful. Now, can we use that momentum to now push here to new lows? DAX continuing to push down like crazy. Looking stupid for moving to break even on that one, and then we're going to lose out on this one. I still have my stop up here. I've not moved my Brea stop loss yet because I am looking for this to maybe have to come back up to the 9 before pushing down again. We have rejected multiple times now. Higher, so high, high, high. So it's not making new highs. And now let's see if we can now just push down. But we need to push down now because otherwise it is going to bounce up. So let's see if we can break this red line. Push down into the green. If so, then we move our stop loss to break even. I don't think that. Like I'm tempted to just to get out of the trade at break even, but I love that. I really like this rejection wick here. I like how Dow's doing. Again, we would expect it to come up some, but ooh, let's wait and see. All right. Okay. Now, can we push lower? So, not much happening yet. Consolidating, and like it's not a good zone to be in. Like we did have a good entry. I liked how we entered, but now like the price action is starting to just get garbage, right? So what are we gonna see happen? We don't know yet. Let's wait and see. Again, we're kind of in a gamble, which means if you're gambling or you don't really know what's gonna happen, maybe you should just exit. Yeah, now we're pushing up. But we're rejecting that 9 again. Rejected the 9. Now, can we push down? Trying. 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 Let's see. Again, trying to go back up. So let's just see where we close in the next 90 seconds. Again, needs to definitely close below the 9, but preferably we want it to close down here. Like this. This was good. If we can get 2 wicks up there, maybe it definitely shows us some rejection. So that's nice. What I don't want it to do is close up here. So let's see in the final minute if we can push down and close below this red line. Let's see where we close. Trying to close below. Like there's definitely still selling pressure above, pushing this down. But there's buying pressure too. It's just going nowhere. DAX still breaking down. That's yeah. Got out of the wrong trade, folks. Yes, we had a wide stop loss, but still aiming there for 1R. So probably gonna hit 1R here with that. That's a nice again wick rejection pushing down. DAX definitely Dow definitely not showing like it wants to, but let's see what happens here. Next candle. We've closed it. We've been this 9 has been able to stay again. No newer high. This 9 has managed to hold us. Let's see what happens now though. Are we going to push out of here or now can we drop? Nice rejection. Again, we keep rejecting this thinking 9 and it just won't go down. So yeah, we're just going to continue monitoring. I mean, we're stuck in. We could just exit at break even, which if you want to, feel free. I still think we're going to break down, but thinking and actually happening are two separate things. So again, maybe if we get back to break even, I'll just get out because now we have like a triple bottom here. Bottom, 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 quadruple bottom. I don't know. Um, we've rejected this area a bunch of times, but now, yeah, we're firing back up. So let's see what happens here. Let's see where we close. See if this 9 can, I mean, we just need to pick up a little bit and now we keep pushing back down. Maybe. But again, we're hoping here at this point, price action doesn't really give us much to go by. If anything, I gotta say it's maybe looking like, yes, long term we're looking, long term we're, of course, short term here we're bearish, but, I mean, did you see yesterday? we'll give it to there, but yeah, I don't think there's a need unless we reject right now. Well, that's a quick way to lose to 1% for the day. So I'm done. Um, Honestly, I don't regret this trade at all. Unless you could call putting my stop loss too tight. Um, and I don't regret this trade. So like I don't regret how either of the trades, again, taking the two at the same time is maybe the only thing I regret. Like these had my look for sure. Like this was a great bounce, rejection, entered, didn't do anything, and then did. So if we had put a tighter stop loss, maybe right there, we could have at least hit 1R. This one may reject after just tapping me out. And if it does, so be it. I mean, is what it is. So good trading. Is what it is. Lesson learned. We had some big moves yesterday, which probably make things a bit erratic. And this was a very nice rejection, and then we waited for the retest. So all good. Is what it is. And yeah, it would not surprise me now. We can't this if this keeps going short. But see you next week. We'll see if we can work on passing our challenge next week. Have a good one and take care.